Alright, so I'm going to start here. You can see we got the filter there. We got the drain plug on the bottom. I'm going to try to take off this side only. So I'm going to focus on this side. To take off this side, I'm going to have to take out these 2 points. And I'm going to do that is I'm going to put my Phillips head. So you can see it's clipped in already, but I'm just going to gently go back on it. And then with my pick, I pick it out. Well, it came out, but I usually just put this, and with my other hand and the pick, I'm actually screwing it out and pushing this out at the same time. So that's one. I'm going to take out the other and take this off, so then I can focus on taking this whole piece off. Alright, and then for these bolts, for these bolts, it's a Duralast Allen 4mm. So 4mm, and gonna get here on the bottom too. So I'm gonna take this one off, these 2 clips off, this bolt out. This bolt out, and then I'm going to focus on these 3, and I'm going to take this lower one off too, possibly. Yep, I will, because it's in the way. I don't want anything being drenched by oil. So we're going to do this step by step. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the bolts removed. I got 3 there, 3 over here, 1, 2, 3, and then I got the 3 up top. Right here, 1, 2, 3, and as you can see this bolt, that clip I mean, it's a clip right over here, right there. I need to remove that clip before I pull this stuff off. Alright, so upon taking this clip off, which is over here, I got 3 clips here, my bolt's over there. Now we can see almost everything. We got the filter here, clearly. We got the bolt on the bottom, right? But I still got this thing to take off. I got this bolt here, I got this nut here. This is a 10mm. And then I got a Phillips for these bolts down here. I got 1 here and 1 here. 1 and 2. So that way I can detach this whole thing off, and then I can take my drain bolt off and my filter and let the engine drain. And I'm gonna have to also tilt the motorcycle straight so everything can drain evenly. I mean, even though the way it sits right now, it's actually cornered to the side. Right now, if I let it sit the way it is, all the oil is gonna spill to the side. So. But I'm still gonna tilt it straight so everything can drain out evenly and properly. I'm gonna torque the bolt back. I'm gonna put a new filter on, then we're gonna put the new oil in. Alright, so this is a 17mm socket, the drain bolt. I'm gonna make sure I clear out all my tools. I will have a bit of a splash here, or a splatter. Go ahead and crack this guy loose. Wow, that was tight. And I'm gonna make sure this guy's ready. I'm gonna also loosen the filter. I do have an automatic wrench for this, but I just put to my I'm gonna go counterclockwise on this guy. It is pretty tight too. There we go. I'm gonna do both at the same time. There goes the oil. Dark. Imagine it came in yellow, but now it's dark. And yep. So that's that. I'm gonna put this drain bolt here. I'm gonna start taking off the filter too, which is right up top. I already got it loose. Well, not. I guess I'm too weak to take it off. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Should come off any minute. There we go. There goes the other chunk of oil. Drain that in the pan. And you guys already see it's just going to be draining, so I don't want to waste your time looking at oil draining, but that's for this part. Then we'll go back to the oil refilling, the torquing down of the filter and the nut. Now as for the other part, I did say that I had to tilt the motorcycle. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. See if there's any difference. There's really no difference here, so I'm just going to let it go to the side again. Let it drain on its own until it starts dripping driplets, and then plug everything back. Alright, now that it's just dripping off both sides, as you can see there is a little bit of dirt on the side there. I'm going to clean that off. I'll show you where I meant, right here. Clean this off. Just make sure that this surface is clean. And I'm going to clean this hole, even though I know it's going to keep on dripping, but yeah, everything here now is clean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-fill the filter at least once. I'm going to pre-fill this filter once, all the way to the top. It's going to drain in. I'm going to tilt it sideways over the quart, just to make sure I'm not going to lose any oil. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put it right there and rotate clockwise. It should rotate nice and freely all the way to the end. I'm going to hand tighten it. That's going to be my torque. You should do your own research and do your torques by the spec, or you can go by hand, whatever you want to do. You take your own risk with your own property. But this is me. I'm just going to hand torque it all the way bottomed out, and that's just what I'm going to do. And then the bottom bolt will be torqued down to 32 foot-pounds. That's what my operator manual says, and that's what I'm going to go with. 32 foot-pounds on the bolt. Now I'm going to pre-fill the filter, some oil. This, in my opinion, reduces micro wear, and I'm all for it. I'm going to make sure that's good. That's supposed to be bottoming out. You can see it keeps on draining in. Sorry. I can tell you what I see. It's already around here draining. It's about halfway because the filter is absorbing everything. So there's some oil in there, but it should just stay in there. Then I will take a little lube off the engine oil. I'll go around the O-ring, even though it is pre-lubed already with some grease. But do this, and then I'm going to put this inside the engine and rotate it by hand and hand crank it. Okay, so I already pre-filled this filter 2 times. I'm going to do it one more time. What I mean by pre-filling, I just brought it up to the thread. I brought the oil up to the thread. Hope I can give you guys a nice shot of that oil draining. You can see it. See it slowly draining down the filter? That means that the filter's still absorbing. So leave that there for the moment. I'm going to put the bolt in, snug by hand. I'm going to clean the little drip that's coming out. Everything nice and clean. And I will torque it down now with that 17mm socket. At 32 foot-pounds. There we go. See that click? That's a nice click at 32 foot-pounds. Now as you can see, look at the filter. See how low it went? If I tilt it sideways, If I tilt it sideways, you're going to see just a little oil there, but it's not much. It shouldn't be enough to get a leak when I put it in a little sideways, because it's not perfectly at a straight 90. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go hand tight. I'm gonna go tighten a little more. But that should be enough. No, don't move. Don't move anymore. I'm gonna make sure it's tight. Alright, so it is tight by hand. And that's basically the engine oil and filter. Now we're going to fill this guy up with oil. 2.75 quarts, I believe, is what I'm going to put in the description. And what I'm going to do is a little calculation. So what I'm going to do is by the calculator, every quart brings 32 ounces. 28, 32. The way I'm going to know how much 75% is, I'm going to calculate 32, which is representing 32 ounces, times I think it's 0.75? Yeah, 0.75. And whatever I get, that's the amount of ounces I'm going to put inside this engine. And that's going to be my 0.75 to be precise. Alright, so as for the exact quantity of oil I'll be using, 2.75 quarts would be 1 full quart, 2 full quarts. And again, this one was used for the oil filter, so I'm still going to count these two as 2 quarts. And here's the other quart. 75% of 32 ounces would be 24 ounces. You subtract 24 ounces from 32 and you're going to end up with 8 ounces left. So I'm going to go from here all the way down to 8. And that should be my 2.75 quarts. Now I'm going to put my funnel there. I'm going to put my funnel here, just jam it in there, and just slowly pour in 1, 2, and 75% of the other quart. And that should be the ending result. And I'm going to put these parts back on and turn it on and take it for a ride. Sadly, I don't have a GoPro like other channels. I love when they do that stuff. It's great. It's great art that they put out when they drive with the GoPro on and speak. This is my first bike. I'm a very first, I'm brand new to motorcycling. This is my very first motorcycle. So I am learning. I'm going to have a helmet come in, a Shoei helmet. We'll be doing a review on that. I will be getting a GoPro and then occasionally doing the same thing as the other channels. Just go out for a ride and give you guys results of jobs getting done on the bike. So, all right. Let's put this back. Sorry guys, I'm adjusting the camera right now. Now we're going to assemble everything back. Leave everything goes like this, and I put this back. Just bear with me, I'm learning just with you guys. So this goes here, this guy should go here. This guy should go right on the bottom. Yep. There we go. There. Take my Phillips. I'm just going to introduce the bolts. I'm not going to do anything crazy. No, I'm mixing bolts up. Let me make sure I got the bolts I need right there. Put this bolt right there. Torque this in by hand. Already got one in. I'm going to torque in the other. There we go. Grab the nut. I'm going to do the big Allens with the Allen wrench right here. Go. That's how you're going in like a champ. I'm going to do the back one. And as you guys can see, I have no jack you guys know by my YouTube channel, I'm not a motorcycle mechanic, I'm an automotive mechanic, but a machine's a machine, whichever I touch, so I'm not going to say that everything's the same thing, but I'm going to go gentle because I am tightening against the cover here, which is painted. I don't want to screw it up. I'm just going to go gently wrist tight. Alright, that's wrist tight. Pull this guy out. It's wrist tight. That's good. Take this guy out and I put the 10 mil on. Tighten this guy up. Tight. Alright, now I'm going to take my special, it's just a little kit. It's just a little Stanley kit. Has a whole bunch of bits. I'm using this guy. I'm just going to tighten this guy up. Make sure I'm going clockwise. I'm going to go just a little tight, but not too much. Remember, I'm hitting paint. That's it. Should be enough. I'm going to do this plastic piece. See those notches? Those notches go in here. It's quite interesting. I'm going to align this dowel pin with this hole. There we go. This stuff is interesting. There we go. Everything is starting to click. There we go. There we go. Alright, I got everything there. Just going to introduce the bolts gently. I do everything loosely, not do anything. Alright, as you can see, they have some plastic washers just so you won't scratch the paint. Alright, we got everything in. Still got like 3 more to go. I got this one here. Alright, sorry for the camera, I am running low on battery. So I got this bolt in. There we go. And then I got these three plugs. Same thing, reverse install procedure. Nothing special. Just clip it in. Take this. Make sure everything squares up. Yep, clip. Clip. Then up here. Clip. Shouldn't pop off. And I'm just gonna baby tighten or just wrist tighten these. Wrist tight. Wrist tight. This should be already wrist tight, but I don't remember. Nope. Alright, perfect. Wrist tight. I touch everybody just once. Yep. Yep. And that's it for the oil change. I'm probably just going to put an oil sticker on the filter right through the face. Right on the face. So, right here, I'm just going to put an oil sticker, changed, whatever. Next oil will change with the miles on it. And that's it. And yes, I'm going to use a label maker. With a label maker, I'm just going to put the date and the miles. And label makers do last a while. Or I could choose somewhere else or just record it in a book. But, yeah. That's going to be it. I'm going to reset the trip and have everything ready. So hopefully this video helped you out, at least in general, about how to change oil on a R7. And, alright, turn the engine on, please. Oil flowing down. Perfect. All right. All right. So it's gonna be our first oil change. 2.75 quarts. Filter. Wait for it to heat up. At least gonna let it stay on for a little bit. Rev it a little bit. Rev it a little bit. Here, just a little bit. Stop it. You can do it too. Try just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. The other way. Like this. There we go. Good job.
How many did you get to?
Alright. Still waiting for any apparent difference on the engine. You can see the engine oil is coming up slightly. It's heating up, it's expanding. So, yeah, I'll let you guys know if I have any performance differences with this oil. Again, this is going to be a 3-part video. I'm going to first do the HP, the high performance. Then, the next in line is going to be the GP racing spec. And then I'm going to do the metric. And obviously, I'm still waiting for the results on the oils. And I did send a high performance one that I just put in the motorcycle to the lab. I'm going to send it into the lab tomorrow. And hopefully this week I'll have results for this guy and this guy. And then for the high performance full synthetic, I'll have results probably in the next week, and then I'll make a video of all three of them at the same time. That way we can have a full metric view of what's going on with our oils, how many additives they have, and it should be it. Motorcycle, again, no real apparent difference for now. I'll have to drive it, see if I feel any real difference, and if I do, I'll let you know. But yeah, for now, nothing really clearly different upon turning it on. Revs seem the same. Again, this is a new motorcycle, so yeah. Let's see the miles. It only has 153 miles, but I've already had it for a month, so that's why I changed the oil. The book says either 600 miles or a month, I think it is, so I changed it. And even though, yeah, I would have changed it anyways. But I'm gonna call it a day for now and see what happens when I test drive it. There's the oil, came right back up. And that'll be it for now. Nice, yellow and clean.